Saturday, December the 20th, 2025, anachronism number 4922. The Great San Francisco Blackout of 2025 is what it's called. Of all the metaphors for death, a power outage? Yes. And on the Saturday before Christmas, it's happening. And so are these lines during the very event. But I can no longer read my own handwriting, so who knows really? It's all speculative for now, especially given that the power went out around 1 p.m. at my place. I needed sleep. Checked the news, saw that yes, there was a pretty widespread power outage in the city, but the electricity was expected to be restored around 3:45 p.m. So I slipped into a deep, much-needed slumber, expecting to stay under for an hour or two. When I woke up, and it took me at least an hour to even ascertain this, it was nearly 10 p.m. And my place was pitch black. I rounded myself up and went out to charge some things, dinner, and my phone, to be specific, stopped at the Melt on Market, which was open, and they had electrical outlets in the dining area. I asked before I ordered a burger, fries, and strawberry milkshake to ensure the outlets actually worked. The cashier nodded a yep, so I sat down at my table with my little buzzy square, plugged things in, and of course there was no working electricity in the dining room of the Melt. I was irritated but not angry, asked that my food be bagged, and wound up eventually in the lobby of the ugly jukebox-shaped Marriott by the Metreon, where I charged my phone up to about 40% and began checking around to see if I could see when my power might be restored. The official website declared my lights should be back up at about 12:30 a.m., so I left the Marriott around 11:45 p.m., walked back to my apartment, only to learn once logging back on that the ETA to get the power back had changed from 12:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. That's a difference. So what did I do? And by the way, it changed again to, I think, 2 p.m. the following day or something like that. So what did I do? Wide awake in a very dark apartment for the next few hours, I sat up in my bed under covers and played games on my phone until it was about down to 1%, which is around 3 a.m. Then, with my big toe wrapped around the neck of the one rechargeable light source, a miniature pink dinosaur lamp that I've had for a few years, I read some poetry, hovering over each page with my reading glasses on and the dinosaur face, my one source of light, pointed in the same direction. I wrote these lines, and so who knows how this will come out, if at all, if I can decipher a word of it when I have the chance. And then I wrote another piece, after which the light from the dinosaur had grown so dim that it was as if we were both squinting pretty ferociously onto the pages, back and forth between the lovely book I was reading and the journal onto which I was writing these words. No lessons here. Consider this one a diary entry. Older ones were the original source material for most of these pieces, the catalyst for this 20-plus year project. To mark the underwhelming, if not opposite, event, this, the most enduring power outage I've known thus far during my 25 years here in San Francisco. Under the circumstances, in better times, this could have been an adventurous, relaxing, pleasant, and/or romantic how many ever hours or so, rather than a bookmark in one of the most nerve-jangling, demoralizing chapters in this life. I'll just add that this all too optimistic soul feels it necessary to point out that it is, however, by no means the worst chapter.